Hello, everyone, and welcome to the vote reveal on the finale of the first season of The Collective. And now that we have some more people here, I just want to say thank you all once again for playing this with us. This was a fun idea we all came up with, and the fact that you all played it really, really, really all fought hard, all fought well. So thank you again for making this season a great one. And with that, congratulations again to Minor and to Keaton for making it to the end, but unfortunately, only one of you can win. And with that, I will get into the votes. I am reading it Big Brother style, and we will start with the first juror, which is Timmy. So Timmy's vote is for Minor to win the collective. Cody's vote is for Minor to win. John's vote is for Keaton to win. Lake's vote is for Keaton to win. So we have 2 votes for Keaton, 2 votes for Minor. Noah's vote is for Keaton to win. Eric's vote is for Keaton to win. And with Jacob and Laura's vote for also being Keaton to win, congratulations by a vote of 6-2. Keaton, you have won the first season of The Collective.
Let's fucking go! Oh my god. Well, I'm glad it
Yay!
didn't come. Well,
Any other
I'm
words
glad,
you'd like to say, Keaton?
glad it didn't come to a fucking tie because Cody was tiebreak. We'll get to that in a moment. But oh my god, this was an absolute ride of a game. I am so happy to have won Minor. I'm glad that we did the thing. You were an absolute amazing circle mate to have, and I'm glad we got here together. But holy hell, I'll let I'll let them explain it because I'm gonna go to a beer festival and have this in my ear now. So I'm probably not gonna talk for the rest of this. But oh, it was so much fun. I love you all. Bye.
Yes, congratulations, Keaton. Also, once again, congratulations to Minor. And if what after what Keenan said, the after they were in final two, they each got to agree on one juror that would be the tie-breaking vote if it went to a tie, which they decided on Cody. And it would have been interesting if it was a tie, I guess, because Cody would have Minor would have won. But other than that, thank you all again once again. But this is not the end. We will be going into the fun awards. So I believe Timmy has that set up for all of us. So
I don't.
That's
yes,
great.
my bad. Timmy the host.
Also to clarify with the whole Cody thing, Keaton and Minor had 8 minutes to come to an agreement on one of the 8 jurors to be the tiebreaker. Every minute that it took them to come to an agreement took 1 minute off of their final speech time, which is why they had 9 minutes, such an odd number. So they were pressured to come to an agreement because it was costing them final speech time.
Work.
That's actually such a fun twist. What the fuck?
Angelica, yeah, Eliza.
I
Works.
the
slay.
Also, apparently Buckley also lives.
Also, thank you for picking me.
That is incredible. I love that. I don't know how I convinced Keaton to do you, Cody, but he was just like, let's do it.
I mean, I was close
just
with
going
both of you.
like I was suggesting in my project just make it the highest placing person to normally be preacher, like the highest placing third member of the collective, third off collective.
I would have given it to Sergio.
All right. All right, let me get our power.
That's a Sergi no from me.
That was
Buckley,
funnier than it should have been.
Buckley, I laughed.
I'm dead.
Oh, whoops! Not starting on the worst move.
It's
No,
the
but
preview.
We all
It's
knew
looming now. They know it's coming. They're not moving.
I
It's the
really
worst
felt
move.
like the worst move was just everything that happened in Final Six. So I'm really happy you like chunked it out.
Oh,
not the chunks.
we're gonna have our awards ceremony for the collective season 1, and I'll kind of explain. We have nominees, and then we have like official winners, and I'll kind of explain a little bit the thought process because it's not just me; it is an all of Pride kind of collective decision. Collective, get it? So the awards we have this season are normals like player of the season, hero, villain, in circle duo, our favorite alliance, best move, worst move. We have 2 robbed pre-jurors because we wanted to do one pre and post final 10 because of how weird jury works in this game. And then we have our robbed juror and our best moment of the season, along with host phase at the end. So we'll get started with the big one, which is Player of the Season. Our nominees for Player of the Season this season were AJ, Timmy, and Cody. AJ was a big name in this game that was really hard to take out. He was making a lot of moves behind the scenes. He had amazing social connections, and I think everybody had a little fear of AJ. Timmy, we think, did just a really good job like maneuvering the game and keeping his cool with such a wonderful partner like Cody. How do you stay cool with a partner like Cody? And then Cody was honestly doing an amazing job in terms of competitions. Cody was a huge threat, being in like the first like 7 collectives and was still getting saved, even going down to just 2 members. In the end, we did decide that the player we felt had an overall best game and we feel was our good representative for the season, oddly enough, was Cody. So congratulations, Cody. You are the player of the season. On to our hero. Nominees for hero were Chloe, Timmy, and Minor. Chloe just gives like this really soft, great energy. She was lots of laughs. She sent lots of funny cake pictures and was always keeping everybody laughing. Timmy, with a partner like Cody, you really were a hero. And Minor, just a pure.
What the fuck does that mean?
You know exactly
I
what.
love that every time. It's so true.
If it helps, you're getting like noticed because of me, so I'm gonna take that for what it is.
If that
You're
helps you.
clout.
And then Minor, just an overall sweetheart this entire game. In the end, we did decide the person who we felt was the most heroic, as they had a lot of the biggest challenges and still came out being a wonderful person despite all the adversity. Congratulations, Timmy. You had the hardest route to be a hero, yet you still did it. So on to our villain. As they say, villains have more fun. And some of the villains this season were Keaton, Laura, and John. Keaton was himself. I mean, Keaton is everything that you expect out of Keaton and more. Makes goofy moves that end up betraying people that think they're allies. Laura really surprised me in all the best ways. She was like the rootable villain. I was like, yes, ma'am. Like Laura did not take nothing from nobody. People shot at her in Attack, Repair, Defend, and Laura went on the witch hunt, being like, why'd you shoot at me? Why'd you do that? And I was like, okay, come on, get it. And then John, you had the big move that took out AJ with the big speech revealing the entire alliance. Not typically a heroic move, but still a move nonetheless. We did decide that we felt, John, you were the most villainous this season. So hands off to you. Next we have is our in-circle duo. This is the partnership in the duo that we felt was like the strongest connection. We had Chloe and Minor, team good energy. These two were just laughs, giggles, and smiles. Timmy and Cody weren't really that great of an in-circle duo, but I just needed a third pair. And then there's Lake and John, who worked really well together. They completely partnered off of each other. They never worked against each other. Everything they did was always in the partner's best interest. In the end, we did decide that Lake and John were our in-circle duo of the season. Next up is our favorite alliance. I want y'all to keep in mind the name is favorite, not best. I wouldn't say there was a best anything in regards to alliances this season, but I will say there were favorites. The 3 nominees, we had the finale 4 with Jacob, Noah, Laura, and Eric. We had the ladies of the collective with Ruthie, Sierra, Laura, Evelyn, and Chloe. And we have the Fantastic 5 with AJ, Evelyn, Noah, Laura, and Eric. Hats off to Laura, making an appearance in all 3. All 3 had their moments, but our personal favorite as a prod team is the ladies of the collective. And again, this is a favorite, not the best, because if it were the best, they wouldn't even be nominated.
It better say nominated. Oh my God, that's sick to me.
This alliance was made by Evelyn without asking any of the other girls if they wanted to be a part of it. All the girls in their prod chats were like, huh? I think they all voted out another girl at one point or another. Chloe has a famous line about Ruthie saying, girls don't support girls, and voted her out. So this group was funny. Especially when Chloe was the last girl standing and she refused to leave the chat and she continued to talk to herself in that group every single day up until Chloe did.
Good morning, ladies of the collective.
Today.
Crying, crying.
So again, not the best, but a favorite.
And it was the first alliance made. That's
was-
another fun fact.
That was the best part. And I promise you, I don't think any of the girls knew it was getting made except for Evelyn. It was kind of wild. Our next award is for the best move. The nominees are taking out AJ or Lake and John convincing players to tie the vote. Both of these were really good. We think the one that we decided to go with as the best move is the one that had the largest impact on the game, which is going to be taking out AJ. Because I think if they didn't take out AJ there, I think AJ knew he was in hot water after John, you were a little like, you were going back and forth on deciding if you wanted to save AJ or not. And I think if you had decided to save AJ, your ass was grass because you put that distrust into AJ at that point. And if you had let AJ go farther, I think AJ had every ability to win this game.
To be fair, he put distrust in me the moment he told me about that damn 5-person alliance. So I had been miles ahead of him.
No, that's so valid. Next up is worst move. You guys got a pre-glimpse at some of the nominees. The Gamma Circle, just in general. Taking out Sierra for no reason was kind of wild. Sierra wasn't really going to make it very far in this game, and y'all decided to cut her loose when all three of you were in the collective, which was kind of weird for such an early moment in the game. You guys didn't really do too much to protect Mikey either when Mikey was about to go out of the game.
Did Sierra almost
I
stay?
tried. I
one
just have
vote?
9 hours of work a day.
Mikey was
It
gone,
was just kind of
bestie.
weird. It was kind of just weird how you guys kind of just cut Sierra and then you guys were like, oh shit, we're gonna lose Mikey too. So it was just a lot of
Point out I'm wearing the same shirt as I was in my cast photo.
period. Keeping Minor and Timmy in the game, we think was a really odd choice. Everybody was like, oh, Minor, you didn't take out Timmy at Final 15. Why would he? What when you're so far back in the game, why would you take out someone who at this point is like good? You have at least somewhat of a trust with them. So we were just like really curious why you guys blamed Timmy and Minor for not taking each other out when y'all all there were 18 of y'all who could have done the same thing. So it's kind of weird how y'all blame them and not yourselves. And then the tie.
We don't need to speak on that. We all know.
We're gonna speak on that. It was kind of crazy because Cody was like in his prod chat, like, I think I'm gonna make it tie. And then I'm like, oh, who goes home in the tie? And Cody goes, ... Like as if I was stupid for asking the question.
Oh, he was stupid.
The only
He and Timmy have talked.
I will say, Cody, you did not win this award with the tie, and the only reason is because it didn't have too much of an impact on the game. It was more a TV moment than it was a game impactor. It was a bad move. It was actually a terrible move. But we honestly think keeping Minor and Timmy in the game was the worst move y'all could have made. Y'all blame them for not taking each other out when y'all only have yourselves to blame. There are 18 of y'all who can sit there and say,
Feel pretty.
you should feel pretty. Up next is our Rob Jur pre-final 10. Our three nominees are Sierra, Ruthie, and Evelyn. Sierra was destroyed by her own circle for no reason. So that was kind of crazy. Ruthie, I am so mad at this entire cast. Y'all know how hard it is to get Ruthie to play a game. I had to dig into the archives to get her to play, and y'all gave her 17th. Girl.
18.
18th bestie.
Yeah, it was 18.
Even worse. And then Ruthie, honestly, it was so nice to see that fight in her at Live Night. I just wish she could have made it through. And then there's Evelyn, who y'all could not keep Evelyn's names out of your mouth. Y'all were all like, oh, Evelyn's so protected. Y'all, this was Evelyn's first game. I don't know why y'all were so pressed by this girl who it was her first game. Honestly, all three were robbed, but we as a prod team felt Ruthie was the most robbed. Very mad y'all took her out, but it's okay. I get it. I'd be scared of Ruthie too. Onto our Rob Jur post final 10. The nominees are only AJ and Chloe because those are the only options. Personally, I think they both were robbed, making it to final 10 and not making jury, but that's the nature of this game. In the end, though, we do believe one of the two played a little bit of a stronger game, so we did think AJ was our robbed post final 10 juror. I think I might have forgot to put Rob juror. I think I did.
None of y'all were robbed.
I did forget to put Rob juror, so I don't have a slide for it. But the answer is Jacob.
The one award I get, I don't even get an explanation for. That's crazy. I don't get a slide. At least like
It makes the most sense. But yeah, we just felt like Jacob was in a really good position in the game, and Jacob was just screwed by circumstance to be pulled out. But Jacob, you were doing such a good job, so hats off to you. Best moment of the season. 3 nominees are the collective trial betting. We just really enjoyed that competition. It was the one where you all did the spelling Oreo and the clothes competition. We were all just kind of laughing, having a good time. That was just like the energy was really good that night. Everyone always thinking that they knew what the circles were. You guys were in your process like, I know for a fact that these two are in a circle together. It was crazy the way you guys would speculate about circles all the time, and we'd be like, and y'all would start fights in DMs being like, no, they're not in a circle, they're in a circle. Like, y'all were crazy about it. And then Evelyn being the talk of every vote. I didn't get that. There was no reason this poor girl in her first org being thrown to the wolves. But in the end, we did decide that y'all just saying you knew all the circles all the time was just so funny, and it really was a lot of fun for the host to watch. And I'm going to pass it over to the host to reveal their host favorites.
Okay. Some people might be a little offended by my host favorite, but I'm going to preface this by saying that I hate when people just pick their friends as their host fave. So, like, my number one stipulation for this decision was somebody that I didn't know before this season started. And then beyond that, it was about their gameplay and them as a person. And I think this player really had a very strong grasp on the social standings of this game. I'm pretty confident this person was one of the first people to accurately guess at least 3 out of 4 people in every single circle. And I just loved watching this person play, loved watching them on the Zooms, loved listening to them talk about strategy and listening in on their calls. And so my host favorite was AJ.
Okay, so I also wanted to go for someone who I really did not know coming into this. Even though this person, I'm not gonna lie, they drove me crazy during some of the challenges, but you know what? That's okay. But I love a good underdog story, and when you were nominated the first round, when no one wanting to pick you, and then you make it all the way towards the final 8, where you are just finally nominated again, I just love rooting for that underdog story. And with that, my favorite is Eric.
Thank you. I wish I was everyone's favorite.
Wow, all of you are my favorite. I love you all so much. I had so much fun seeing all of y'all play, even though the notifications, oh my God, y'all, you talk so much. Anyway, particular favorites, but I had to give it to someone who shocked me. I could not believe how this person was playing. I was not expecting it. And you know what? They are a very good friend of mine, but I think they deserve it. My favorite is Evelyn. Evelyn, oh my gosh. Never playing. Starts like pretty much the first 2 alliances. Like, I expect her to just go for it, and I loved it. I have never seen a new player have so much just tenacity and just going for it right from the start. So, love you, Evelyn. Way to kill it. Hope to see more from you.
So we're gonna go on to mine now, and I to kind of like piggyback off what like Jeremy and Michael said, I typically don't like to pick someone I know because I think it's interesting to like dive into a new player's game. But I personally was thoroughly impressed by this person's game because I know what their history looks like and it looks inactive. It looks like they suck at challenges and it looks like they are here for a good time, not a long time. And the person I picked, honestly, I expected that from them in this game. I fully expected them to play the first round or two, go inactive, maybe make it 2 more rounds and then get taken out. But I tip my hat to this person. I saw a great improvement in their challenges from the first time I played with them. And for that reason, Chloe was my favorite this season. Karen, I do not believe is here. So I will, and I have nothing prepared from her. So I'm just going to speak to this player's behalf and then reveal who it was. I actually don't remember who it was, so I'm just gonna reveal who it is. Oh my god, Minor. So Aaron picked Minor. It was really fun getting to host you instead of host alongside you. So that was just a really fun opportunity, and I can absolutely see why Karen picked you as her fave. Lastly is Julia. I honestly don't know what Julia's criteria was for picking her host favorite, but I couldn't agree more. She picked Ruthie as her host favorite. I really don't know what the criteria was for her. But that is what we have for awards. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for an amazing season. And it was just so much fun having you all here. And thank you for being the guinea pigs in our little experiment of an original format.